Yes, be ready for the dictation. Start. This extract would show that the object of the act was to reduce landlords to the same position as envisaged by the tenants and at the same time to give the tenants themselves additional rights. Stop. Thus, the resultant body of tenure holders would be tenants with certain additional rights. Stop. The object of the legislation was to prevent any future relationship of landlord and tenant coming about. Stop. This object is again set out in the statement of objects and reasons at another place, which may also be usefully mentioned. Stop. It reads as under, in order that no relationship of landlord and tenant may re-emerge in future, a Bhumidar will not be allowed to lease out his land except when he is suffering from a disability such as minority, lunacy, etc. Stop. Such lessees will be Assamese who will hold the lease until the disability lasts. Stop. The remaining class of Assamese will be lessees of pasture lands, singhara cultivation or cultivations in the bed of a river, etc. Stop. Thus, Assamese will be the only class of persons paying rent in future and cultivating land in which stable rights cannot be given or to whom land is let by incapacitated Bhumidars. Stop. Thus, this extract would affirm the view already expressed above that the Delhi Land Reforms Act 1954 was intended to deal with the devolution of tenancy rights. Stop. This follows from the intention to abolish landlordism and to give the tenants security of tenure. Stop. Thus, Bhumidars have to considered as tenants. Stop. Consequently, the rules of succession set out in Section 50 of the Delhi Land Reforms Act 1954 have to be considered as the rules of succession to tenancy rights. Stop. This provision is thus saved for this reason also from repeal by the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Stop. It is now necessary to mention that we have been referred to the judgment of Sachar J in Civil Revision number 583 of 1970, in which Gopi Chand and others versus Shrimati Bhagwani Devi AIR 1964 Punjab 272(2) was followed. Stop. In this case, Pandit J's judgment already referred to was followed and no other point was urged. Stop. In view of the conclusion that the Delhi Land Reforms Act provides for the prevention of the fragmentation of agricultural holdings and also at the material time fixed ceilings on agricultural holdings and also dealt with the devolution of tenancy rights on such holdings, it must be held that this law is saved by Section 4(2) of the Hindu Succession Act and is not repealed by the provisions of the Hindu Succession Act. Stop. This would mean that the rule of succession governing Bhumidars is to be found in Section 50 of the Delhi Land Reforms Act and not in the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Stop. We must express our thanks to Mr. Yogeshwar Dayal for his valuable assistance to us as amicus curiae. Stop. In view of our conclusions, this appeal has to be accepted and a decree has to be granted to the plaintiff appellant declaring that the order of the revenue officer dated 26th September 1958 sanctioning mutation number 812 with respect to the Land in dispute in the joint names of the plaintiff and the defendant was wrong and illegal, and the plaintiff alone was entitled to the land. Stop. The consequential relief prayed for by the plaintiff in the form of an injunction restraining the defendant from interfering with his possession is also granted. Stop. However, the parties will bear their own costs throughout. Full stop. Over.